What's up, everybody? This is my daily video vlog. What is it? I think it's number 53. Sorry for the glare. I'm just trying to work on my lighting so I can have it down right for my vlogs. You know, I've just spent a lot of time thinking today, you know. My ashtray's right here, so thinking about life, you know, and thinking about people and how they are. You know, the state that the world's in currently, and just been in a lot of deep thought, you know what I mean? And I think, you know, I have people tell me a lot how humble I am. And, you know, I am extremely humble. But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, at least in my opinion, I think the people who are really the most genuine and who are really the most, you know, sincere with everything that they say, and everything is heartfelt, you know. I think people who are like that, who are very humble, very sincere, very sympathetic with other individuals and their, you know, certain circumstances and situations. I think people like that, and when I say people like that, I'm speaking of myself as well, are those who have suffered of a great deal. You know, when you're forced through your circumstances to be stripped down to barely nothing, you know, to barely anything, it forces you to look at yourself and see yourself for who you really are, not what society says that you are, not what your friends or what your family say that you are, but who you really are. When you're forced to look at yourself in the mirror, so to speak, and see who you really are, it's like a whole rebirthing process. It's like you can start anew. And I guess that's why I've never been really big on flaunting myself. I met a fan of mine 2 days ago. I hadn't seen him in a while, and he had made a comment. He said he was being nice, but he wasn't being funny about it. But he made a comment. He was like, I always see you in these big ass sweatpants, and I mean, you'll wear like a tight t-shirt, but you always got on like a hoodie or something, or Tim's. I never see you in like, stilettos or anything. And I just was like, well, that's just who I am. You know what I mean? And that's exactly it. I guess I've been lucky enough, and I say lucky because it did change my way of thinking in a positive way. I've had numerous times in my life, thus far, where due to my circumstances at the time, I was stripped down internally and I had to refine myself, if that makes any sense. And so, like I say, I guess that's why I'm not so big anymore on how people perceive me when it comes to who I really am, or my music, or anything like that, anything personal that has to do with me. I don't really give a fuck what nobody thinks, because there's so many women and men, there's so many people in this world who are so consumed with their appearance. Their hair's always done, nails are always done. They can't go to Walmart without wearing stilettos and some tight ass jeans, so their ass is so visible. You know what I mean? Or their titties are all up in a push-up bra. They're doing selfies on Facebook and Instagram and God knows where else. They're doing videos of them, doing whatever, but they're showing everything, I guess I've just never really gotten into that. Because I'm more of a deeper person, and life could end at any minute, God forbid, but it's the truth, people, and when you really sit back and think about that, really sit back, no music is on, the TV isn't on, and you just sit back and have some time for yourself, and you really think about that, then you getting them fresh nails done and making sure that weave is hot and making sure that when you walk out to go shopping that you all done up, all that shit doesn't really seem to have much, it doesn't really matter anymore. You know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all are getting any of this. It just makes you think, I guess what I'm trying to say is, for the times that I did suffer, at the time I didn't understand why I had to go nights without food, because I had no money to eat, or I had no place to live. Those times like that, you kind of question God, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm doing all I can. What the hell? You know what I mean? And maybe sometimes while you're in that hell, you get why you're there. But other times it may be a week down the road, a month, or maybe even some years until it finally clicks. Like, wow, so that's why I had to go through all that. And you start to see it more as like it was a beautiful thing instead of a tragedy. And I guess that's kind of like where I'm at. I've been at that point for a while. I'm not concerned with looking hot in some jeans so all the men that pass me by can drool. I don't get gratification from that. I'm sorry, but I just don't. I don't get it, because the majority of the time all they want to do is fuck you anyway. Let's just motherfucking keep it real. I think, it's society and the entertainment industry that has made people, women, believe that to be lusted over is a gift or is something good, and I guess society's made women feel like if they're not being lusted over by men or whomever, then they're not really attractive. And I've just never really agreed with that. I'm all about finding the person within you. You know what I mean? You know, I've been single a long time, y'all. It's been almost 8 years that I've gone without being in a relationship with any man, and those are some of the best, not best times, but it's been in that time frame where I've discovered really who I was. I didn't look to another individual to show me that. You know what I mean? It gets lonely sometimes. I ain't gonna front. You know what I mean? But I've always been so focused on my music, and that there's a higher place that I need to get to other than where I'm currently at the present time. And then when I have my daughter, all of that focus and all of that drive and determination, it just increased 100-fold. And so, but one thing I have realized though is that whoever I'm meant to be with, I do see now that it would be somebody who has suffered tremendously, because I believe that's the only way they could ever feel me. You see what I'm saying? It's when I'm with somebody, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, or better yet, whoever I'm supposed to be with, I want to see the ugly just as much as I want to see the good. I want to see him naked. Physically, yeah, but I want to see what he's like when he's stripped down internally. And he's naked and he's bare and he's scared, but yet he's not, and he's I want to see all that. I want to be a part of that. I want to be able to be there when he has that aha, as Oprah would say, when he has that aha moment. I want to I've always been the chick that didn't give a fuck what the dude drove. You know what I mean? Like, you got chicks out here where if he ain't driving a Benz, a Lexus, or some, decked out ride, they won't give that motherfucker, that brother, the time of day. And I'm the exact opposite. To where you could pick me up in a beat up ride and I won't give a shit. Because the person that I'm seeing at that time is not the man that you're going to become. Like, there's chapters in each of our lives, in stages, and not a lot of people at all know this, but I used to be engaged. And to just sum it up for time purposes, I love that man a lot. I was with him when he was stripped down and didn't have nothing, people. He didn't have nothing. I've seen that man at his worst. And he's put me to my worst at times. You know what I mean? It ended, and I'm glad that it did end. But I told him, and I haven't talked to him in years. Y'all, it's been years. And I would never, ever get back with him, because it was the chapter that was closed, not to be reopened again. It was meant to teach me something, not for me to continuously relive it. You feel me? But I told him, the reason why this ain't gonna work, one of the reasons why this ain't gonna work, is because the man who you are today is the only man that you see. You don't see who you could become from your situations, from your circumstances. All you see is today. All you see is who you are today. And he couldn't get past that. He couldn't get past it. He couldn't get past his demons. And I told him, I was like, all you see is the demons that you have within you today. You don't ever see yourself free. Because you love too much being the victim. So I gotta let you go. Because if not, I'm enabling you to stay that victim, right? So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Not a lot of people know that I used to be engaged or whatever. But that, like I said, that actually was my last relationship. It took a lot out of me. It was it was an abusive relationship, and it just wasn't healthy. But even in that situation, I learned something. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what this daily video vlog is really about, but I kind of just wanted to put all this out there that, I'm glad I'm who I am, and I may not ever find the person I'm supposed to be with, or he may not ever find me, you know what I mean? But I learn more about who I am each and every day. And I don't look to society to tell me if I'm talented or not, if I'm pretty or not. At one point I used to be homeless. And not a lot of people know that. I didn't have a pot to pee in. I didn't have money. I didn't have friends. I didn't have nothing, people. I didn't have no clean clothes. I didn't have a pot to motherfucking pee in. But one thing I always had was a song. I always had a song. And I think that's what's kept me going. Up until my daughter was born, because right now she's the only thing keeping me going. Other than I have to say my own drive and determination to succeed. It's my daughter, Egypt Simone, that I breathe, y'all. I mean, she's everything to me. And I don't know, And even when I do make it, I'm never gonna be all flashy and bling bling, and I might reward myself with a nice diamond or something, just as a reward to myself for getting there, you know what I mean? But you'll never see me in my videos all decked out and in some pink wigs and like Nicki Minaj and shit. I'll always just be simple like this, because it's the message I'm getting across more so than the image I'm trying to portray, So anyway, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm damn sure I'm a whole lot further than where I was. And my future to me looks extremely bright. And I'm just embracing who I am now. I may not have all the answers. I may be moody sometimes, or you know what I mean? I may say the wrong thing sometimes, or I may just not say shit at all. But when it's all said and done, I like who I am. I like who I've become, who I am becoming. And people come and go, man. People come and go. People have come and gone so much in my life, y'all. I just, it's sad, but I kind of like expect it. It's just what it is, It's kind of funny because then when you sit back and think, you're like, I wonder who's still going to be on my side in 5 years. You know what I mean? Who's still going to be with me in 5 years or 10 years or... But anyway, I'm going to go on and end this, y'all. Just kind of opening up to y'all a little bit, sharing a little bit of personal shit about myself. And, anyway, it's MC Aggie St. James, y'all, and I'm out.